everyone, welcome to Deeksha Vedantu. I'm your Aditi Mam, and today, as you can see the title, you are here because you do think that if you are facing problems in diagrams or you think that NCERT diagrams are not at all important, then this video is for you. Because bacha, NCERT diagrams alone can save a lot of your marks, right? And today we are going to see why diagrams are important and what exactly you need to do in the diagrams so that you actually get good marks and not just random half marks, 1 marks, okay? So we'll see the right approach to study and learn and then make the diagrams. Okay, so let's start this video. Very important. Why are diagrams important? Ma'am, why do I have to make the diagram? If I can write the theory as well, why do I have to take out the pencil, the pen, the scale? Why? But the very important thing is because it completes your answer. You tell me, you are writing an answer about graphs in motion. Will it be completed without the diagram? You are writing about human digestive system. Even if they haven't asked you to make the diagram, you know that you have to make the diagram. That is because it completes your answer. So it is very important. And it tells your teacher that this kid knows the concept by heart. If he knows how to make the diagram, he knows the concept by heart. Okay, and also this diagrams, with the help of this diagram, it helps to explain the answer in a very good way. It explains in a better way. If you have obviously shown that this is the liver and the bile juice coming out of it, so obviously if you make that in a human digestive system, of course it is going to be a better showcase of your skills. Done. Now, what are the parts where the diagram is non-negotiable? You have to make it. It's the human eye, the structure of a flower. If they ask you, of course, you have to make it, right? And then the digestive system I was talking about, of course, the circuit diagram. How is the answer completed without the circuit diagram, without the diagram? It has a word diagram in it. Okay, refraction of light, reflection of light, all these topics require the use of diagrams. Okay, a good diagram can make your answer look more confident and more complete. And that is a true statement. Trust me, as a teacher, I can tell you how important your diagrams are in your paper presentations. Okay, and you have to revise them from the day first. If you think that I will study the diagrams at the end in the last month of the boards, in the 2 months of the boards, or if you are in 9th class, you think I'll study in 10th. That is not going to be the case. This requires your genuine effort and genuine practice. Not too much effort, just practice. Okay. Now, moving on to see this answer sheet, you tell me what is the difference. One says describe the human digestive system, and another says describe the human digestive system. Question is same, but the answer is very different, and you see how much different the answer actually is. Right? And also you have to write a little bit less as well, right? In this whole you have to explain a lot, but if you make the diagram, the length of your diagram also increases, the length of your question also increases. So it solves 2 things, right? And what is that? This is a neat, a structured and easy to check question. It clearly says this is the mouth, esophagus, stomach, pancreas and all that stuff. Right? So this is why making diagrams is very important. Now, there is a big misconception in students that they say, ma'am, question did not directly ask to make the diagram, so why should I make the diagram? The question is describe the internal structure of a leaf. So I will just write the leaf. Right? One is describe the internal structure of a leaf with the help of a label diagram. So in this I will make the diagram, in this I won't. Do you think that's the correct approach? No, that's not the correct approach, right? See, it wrote 5 points. Very less points were needed. It wrote all the big points. So whole page was filled. They have to write a lot of theory. In this, you just have to make some cells here and there, some walls. Right? So it makes your answer very presentable, very good. If they are asking you about leaf, you just make the diagram of leaf and cut short the theory a little bit. Teacher will be lots happy because they also think it's a pain to read all the small words. If you have made the diagram, it's better for teacher and understandable for teacher to actually read the answer. Okay? Next, bacha, a very important point. Okay, ma'am, I'll make the diagrams, but ma'am, I'll just do whatever I want. Okay, is that your thinking as well? Then let me tell you, making messy diagrams is worse. Okay, so do not do that. Whenever you make diagrams, see how messy this is. Why this is messy? No scale is used, right? The mirror is so bad, the arrows are so bad, so no scale is used in ray diagrams. And just look at this, this diagram. What is this? There is a vacuole written anywhere, cell membrane, so many lines and so many hotspots. So such a bad diagram. Ma'am, what is the good diagram? This is your good diagram. Now see, this looks neat. Just compare these two. Okay, these two. Just look at these two. This picture and this picture. Can you see the clear difference? It's a proper labeling, neat and clear diagram, a structure diagram. It's easy for the teacher to read. It's easy for the teacher to understand, the examiner to understand. So that is why you need to make a clear labeled diagram. Okay? And bacha, see, and also compare these two, compare this and this, neat structured lines, a clean made with scale, a proper mirror, a proper labeling. So of course, who will get the more marks from the examiner? This bacha or this bacha? You tell me. Of course the second one, right? Because it's neat, it's structured and it's easy to check. These are the three things you have to remember. It should be neat, it should be properly labeled and structured, and it should be easier for the examiner to check. Not even harder than the theory. Okay, that's the whole point of making diagrams. Then next bacha, we have just in what kind of cases you should make diagrams. That's it. It's a small video for you to just understand the depth of diagrams. Okay, whenever they ask you explain the structure of neuron, so do you think you should draw a neuron? Of course they asked you about structure of neuron. This didn't specifically ask with the help of a diagram, but if you make the diagram, it will be easy, right? They ask you explain the working of human eye, so of course you can, but will it be very hard to make this? This is bad, don't make like this. But how hard it is? It will give you some extra marks. It will. Okay, describe image formation by a concave mirror. This is the extreme. They asked you about image formation. Now in this question, if you just made the diagram and didn't describe, that's also wrong. But if you just described and didn't make the diagram, they will cut the marks. It is my guarantee. So make sure you see and you check what kind of questions that are presented to you, that requires a diagram or does not require a diagram. And in most of the cases, if they are asking about structure, if they are asking about neurons, if they are asking about anything that has a diagram in NCERT, you have to make the diagram. Okay. Now, ma'am, how will I ma'am revise these many diagrams? It's so hard. You don't have to do anything. You literally just practice 2 diagrams every day. You practice 2 diagrams every single day. Every day. Okay, you can take a holiday on Sunday, but still you at least have 20 days in a month and you have 6 or 7 months left. That's 140 diagrams. 140 times you can revise the 140 diagrams you can revise in a whole year. Not even 140. I'm asking you to revise 2 diagrams. So 40 into 7, that is 280 diagrams in 7 months. With just 2 diagrams every day, and that's to just 20 days in a month. I didn't even include 30 days. Only 20 days in a month. If you revise 2 diagrams for the next 7 months, you will be revising 280 diagrams, and that is more than enough to get full marks in questions, especially in long answer type questions. Okay, so bacha, I hope now you understand the depth of the importance of diagrams. Okay, that is it for this video. I hope and I want to make sure that you revise your diagrams properly. Okay, now subscribe the channel. We are coming live every day, so join our live, ask your doubts, ask your friends to join, to ask their doubts. That is on you. Subscribe the channel and I'll meet you in the next video. Bye.